Ryan Cole, thanks for taking the time. Track just keeps going, never stops. Here we are, outdoor season. Last week, some pretty good showings as you opened up the outdoor season.
Yeah, we had a really good trip, very productive meet down in Pueblo. So sunshine was out, it's a good condition. So awesome to see the team get going with outdoors. So yeah, we had a new school record in the women's 4x100 meter relay, which usually, that's a timing event. So you usually get better with reps, but to start off the season with the fastest mark in school history was really awesome to see. Taylor Rio continued to, her momentum from indoor into outdoor. So setting a school record in the outdoor 200, being a part of that 4x1, and then we feel really good about the 4x4 moving ahead as well. But Taylor just continuing to build momentum, and pretty neat to see. And then the sprint group overall opened up really well. So Javen Bostic, running the second fastest 200 in school history, and 20.6 is a very strong run. So, but also his teammate Jet Rose PR'd in both the 100 and the 200, second fastest 100 in school history. Again, first meet of the year, and that was a win legal mark. Javen's 200 was a win legal mark. Taylor's 200 was a win legal mark. So again, good conditions, but also win legal performances. So not getting aided too much there. So that was really awesome to see. And then Texas Tanner opening up with a school record in the hammer throw, and the throws group got off to a really nice start as well. So yeah, Pueblo was very productive this past weekend.
And what does it say? I mean, because the air is kind of thicker here, I guess, like in Colorado, and it's a little bit colder. It wasn't 70 degrees and perfect, to say that they were ready to perform this well this early?
Well, really it's about building momentum. And so you want to see each season kind of set up the next season. And so you want to start off your academic year with a strong cross-country season. And then you hope that the non-distance people are seeing that, and, they're training and preparing and getting excited, to have their chance. And then everybody comes together indoor. And so you want the fall to lend itself to a really productive winter, and then that winter to set you up for a really productive spring. And then that gives you a great launching point into the summer to elevate your performance level, and really just get more fit. You're more experienced, more prepared for the following year, and then that cycle continues to perpetuate itself. And so you're always kind of building that momentum. So I think that was really encouraging that we have that momentum carrying over, but it's a long track season. So that was the first outdoor meet. We have a couple meets coming up this weekend here with spring break, so looking forward to those. But I think our start was really productive, and we just want to keep that going.
And as usual, you kind of have to split. You try and find the best competition for your particular different members of track. So you got a group going to Texas and a group going to California. You can explain why.
Yeah, well, like you said, sometimes it's not 70 degrees and sunny, as our first weekend of the outdoor season was snowed out. So yeah, we go split squad this weekend. So every year we try to look for not just really conducive or competitive meets, but also making sure we're not going to the same place every year if you can help it, just to continue to have more of a broad experience where you get to compete against different schools and different venues and different locations, and just, not that it's all about the experience, but generally if you're competing well, doing it in different places, that makes for a better experience. So we want our people to have a really good experience while they come through being a cadet athlete on the track and field team. So splitting the squad to do that this weekend, we're going to be sending our sprints, jumps, throws, hurdles, relays down to the Texas Relays, which is a marquee event during the outdoor season. So go down to Austin. We'll have some that are also competing at Texas State. So two good really opportunities there down in Texas, and then we'll send our distance runners to California. Every year Stanford's conditions are pretty good. The end of March, beginning of April, and so that's one of the marquee distance meets of the year to try to get some national qualifying marks. So we'll have the distance runners go there, and then there's also a overflow meet of sorts at San Francisco State, and that's been very good to us over the years too. So if somebody didn't get into Stanford, then they'll have an opportunity to go compete at San Francisco State. And so a lot of our distance runners will open up this weekend in California.
Nice. I haven't really talked to you, but how does all of this line up as you look forward to the end of the outdoor season for the Mountain West competition, the Mountain West Championships? Obviously a little bit of a disappointment in the indoor, and I know your team, to me, what that said in your first outdoor meet was, okay, we've got some unfinished business here.
Well, absolutely. But I also told our team in our wrap-up, if you go like on our men's side, if you go to a conference meet because of what we've done over the last few years and the standard now that we've established, if you don't win, people view it as a disappointment, which is interesting, because normally if you're top 2, top 3 in your conference, that's supposed to be a really good season. And now our standard is win. And so that's something that we understand. We're proud of that, but also we have to keep some perspective on it. And then on our women's team, continuing to build. I thought they had great momentum coming through the indoor season. I think you saw that in terms of individual performances, but also the collective unit getting better. So yeah, there is some unfinished business, but we always want to see how good we can be as a team. And we feel like we can compete and go toe-to-toe with pretty much anybody out there with the personnel that we have, with some of the, I don't know if they're advantages, but definitely some of the parameters. I mean, there are definitely some challenges to it as well. But, we attract a lot of very competitive, determined, bright, young, disciplined people here at the Air Force Academy. So you give them a goal, you talk about how to attain that goal, and you point them in the right direction, and then give them adequate support and time. And more often than not, they may not always achieve that goal, but they're going to come pretty darn close, or they're going to accomplish a lot of really special things in the pursuit of it. And we've seen that year in and year out with our track and field and cross country programs. So there is definitely a sense of unfinished business. I want to see if the women can move up a few more spots and then get our next class in and see that momentum continue to build. On the men's side, we know it's always going to be a battle. I mean, if we ever go in, there's some very good schools in our conference. So if there's ever a time where it's just like smooth sailing through a conference meet, that would be surprising and you enjoy it, but then you get back to work because it's not going to always stay like that. But also the conference championship is the first championship event of your championship season. And so we want to compete really well at the conference meet, but we also want to take that momentum into the NCAA prelim, and then you can't score at the national championships until you advance through the prelim to the finals. So we want to get as many people as we can to the finals and then go out there and finish in the top 8 to have scoring finishes, which top 8 puts you at first team All-American, which again is an accomplishment in and of itself. But we want to have multiple people doing that to be able to combine their point totals and say, okay, where does Air Force stack up against the best teams in the country? And that's the standard that we're pursuing beyond just the conference championship level.
Fantastic. Coach Cole, always a man of words. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.